Trust the Profits here, Formula, joined by Matthew DeSantis, and we are here to give you our live reaction to the Wither Stakes 2023. Matt, what do you see happening here? We've got a couple major favorites in Arctic Arrogance and Hit Show. Briefly hit on that while they're loading up.
Yeah, absolutely. Arctic Arrogance going to be up close to the lead early, blinkers on the inside rail, and
Yeah,
then Hit Show, the opposite, going to be on the outside for Brad Cox, going to come running late on a
yeah,
track that seems to be favoring front end speed a little bit. We have
yep.
seen a few closers, but should be a really interesting contrast to styles.
90% Maddie, I think, is going to be getting right up on the pace on this one. I've got 90% Maddie as being a pretty heavy pace horse, and it looks like Anyambo Frenze is working up there as well. Arctic Arrogance got out early and did take the lead. Looks like being pressed now by Prove Right. And if I can read that right,
Andiamo
on down
Forense.
Franze. Yep.
Yep.
90% Maddie didn't get out there in front as I thought. But here we go. We got a pace up here with Arctic Arrogance and Prove Right on top, being stalked by Anyamo Frenze. Got a second pack developing back there with Hit Show, as we were expecting him to be a closer here. General Banker, 90% Maddie, and trailing way back is Jungfrau.
Yeah, and pretty honest fractions. The first quarter in 23 and 2, and then just the opening half in 48 flat. So they're
Yeah,
they're keeping a very honest pace there for Arctic Arrogance, and it should be noted that Hit Show a lot closer, I think, to the pace than you might expect. I think
very
Brad
favorable.
Cox has seen the way this track is playing and wanted to make sure Hit Show wasn't too far back early.
Yeah, it looks like two packs developed into one, and now a couple horses are falling back out of that pack. Arctic Arrogance still up in front there. Proved right on Diamo Forense. Hit Show is moving in there. Hit Show looks like he's trying to take the inside rail out of Arctic Arrogance, and it is a 1-2 punch here with the 1 and 4 horse. Andiamo Forense is back there, but it looks like it's a 2-horse race. Arctic Arrogance in front, but Hit Show's a closer. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, and we got, I believe that's General Banker coming to try to close out the trifecta, but it looks like Hit
General
Show has
Banker.
it put away
Hit Show does have it put
as
away.
he starts to lengthen over Arctic Arrogance, and ultimately
Whew.
we see Hit Show
That's
putting
going
it
to be a
away
4 or
for
5
Brad
length
Cox.
win.
Yeah.
Hit Show, Arctic Arrogance, and General Banker is your third. It is very obvious. There's no photo finish necessary there. Finishing it out for fourth would be Andiamo a Forense, but Hit Show letting you know that the race was his and it was no
Yeah.
one else's. He definitely owned it there. Any other takeaways you can see from this race?
Yeah, I think though a couple. One is, the way in which this track was playing. It's not uncommon. We've seen in several races that the top horses kind of start to really pull away late in on the way that the Aqueduct track is playing today, but
Mhm.
also just continues to show you the depth of Brad Cox's stable for the Derby.
Right.
Important to remember that 2 weeks ago, Hit
Yes.
Show was the third choice at 10-1 at the Southwest Stakes among the three Brad Cox
Right.
horses. Goes up here, is the post-time favorite, and easily dispatches the
Yeah.
Arctic Arrogance, who finished second in the Remsen last time
I
out.
mean, now that I see the replay, I'm thinking maybe that's even 6 lengths of a victory there between him and Arctic Arrogance. I mean, it's a pretty impressive closeout for Hit Show,
Yeah.
and with
Yeah.
that, I think we'll bounce out. Matthew DeSantis, a pleasure as always. Watching the Withers with you. One of these days, we'll do it up close and personal, I'm sure. And for everyone out there, trust the Profits land. Thank you for joining, and hit that subscribe button.